Master Younus reporting from ALRA TV. We are here at the Alexandra Palace in North London today, and we're here for the Mind, Body and Spirit Expo. We've had a booth here for the past 3 days, and today His Holiness Younus AlGohar will be speaking on the awakening of the spiritual heart. Just as we were getting ready to shoot, we had individuals coming up to us, having seen the ALRA TV logo, and they're asking us about the awakening of the spiritual heart. So, you know, if you were watching the Western Sufi course in the past few days, I'm sure you would come to realize just how important the awakening of the spiritual heart is. And it's here, thanks to His Holiness Younus AlGohar and thanks to the teachings of His Divine Eminence, Gohar Shahi, that we are learning what the true essence of every religion is, what the true essence of Sufism is. So stick by, and I'd like to introduce you to Steve.
Hi, well, you've joined us at a really exciting time now in ALRA TV and Messiah Foundation's history. Another step forward in delivering this message of divine love, His Holiness Gohar Shahi, universal spiritualism, universal Sufism. And we're in a beautiful spot at the moment. We're just on Muswell Hill in North London at Alexandra Palace. And there's beautiful views, as you can see, over in the city there, the Shard, the tallest building in Europe, and this is actually the City of London on the left there. And it's a beautiful, there's people flying some kites a bit earlier here. It's a lovely breeze coming across this hillside. And what we're here today is a 3-day Mind, Body and Soul Expo. Another platform, one of many platforms that Messiah Foundation International uses to share this message of divine love. And we've been very well received here throughout the 3 days. And we're actually very excited now, being on day 3 on Sunday, that at 4 o'clock in the lecture room 1, His Holiness Younus AlGohar will be delivering a speech on spiritual sciences, on Sufism. He'll be performing an awakening of the heart ceremony, where people are going to feel this divine love and divine energy, and people have been really excited about it. And we've been promoting it this whole weekend, and people are just eagerly waiting. I mean, usually they say that we go off early on a Sunday, but we're going to stay for this one. A Sufi Master's coming? Where's the Sufi Master coming from? And we said, yeah, he's going to be here live. And we explained to them that, and they really just resonated with them. They understood that spiritualism is a practical technique. We can't activate our hearts by ourselves. We can't activate our hearts by reading books. We need a Sufi master, a perfect spiritual guide to guide us on that path of Sufism, which by opening this divine heart, this spiritual heart that we have, this is on this first step. So people are really eagerly awaiting this lecture. It's going to start at 4 o'clock. And as Nasir mentioned a bit earlier, people are already walking past and saying, we recognise you guys from ALRA TV. I've come to watch the lecture, I've come to see His Holiness, and they've just seen us out here on the park, and they're walking on in there. So everybody's really excited. This is really kicking off a batch of programs, a real bunch of programs that we're holding, various locations throughout London and England, down in south-east of England as well. Southwest of England as well, I should say, and in Glastonbury. And I'm going to recap those a bit later, but we're really concentrating this moment on today. Looking forward to the speech, looking forward to His Holiness awakening those hearts and souls of these yearning hearts, these seekers of spirituality. They've heard of Sufism, they've heard of spiritualism, but it's just through the books, and they're going to really feel this divine energy, this divine presence in their heart. So stay tuned, and I'm going to give a recap of all of our up-and-coming events in the UK. Thank you. Okay, so we're just outside the venue now, and Alexandra Palace up in North London, the 3rd day of the Expo. There's lots of booths going on in there, but our purpose to be here is to see His Holiness Younus AlGohar deliver his speech on spirituality. So follow me up. Let's come up. So we're at Alexandra Palace, affectionately known as Ali Pali, and it's the real countdown now to His Holiness's lecture. And we've just heard that Swami Vishwa Anand is going to join us as well. He's going to conduct a lecture, part of our program, which we're really excited about. He's such a lovely guy, such a loving soul. And as I was mentioning before, this is kicking off a whole bunch of programs that we've got lined up. Kicking off in Glastonbury in Somerset. That's going to be on October the 27th in Somerset, the Town Hall in Glastonbury, and His Holiness will be conducting talks on spirituality, Sufism. The heart activation will take place, and we will do a lovely circle of love. And it's just so eagerly anticipated in Glastonbury. I can't express to you how people are excited that a Sufi Master is coming to Glastonbury and holding a talk in the Town Hall. We've been there several times now, and we've spoken to local people, and they've helped us so much in advertising because they want to bring as many people as they can. So we're so excited about Glastonbury. That's down in the southwest of England, in Somerset. And then straight after that, we're in Watford, which is in North London. And this is at the Multicultural Centre in Watford, and it's an interfaith programme. And His Holiness will be delivering a speech there. We will also have guest speakers. We will have the Gnostic priestess, Azucena Avila. She will be joining us from USA. She's flying over from Los Angeles. And we'll do a heart activation there. We will do spiritual healing. And we will lecture on true multi-faith, true interfaith. I mean, not just words, not just people visiting each other's worship places. About whatever religion you follow, you can still obtain divine energy, divine light. You can reawaken your heart no matter what religion you follow. This is true multi-faith. This is true multi-religion. And this message of His Holiness is being absorbed, it's being accepted by people from all religions, which is sign and proof that this is the time for spirituality. This is not the time for any more religions. No more man-made religions are going to guide people to God. They're just going to be the highways to God. They're not going to be the destination. The destination is reawakening your heart and asking God to come into your life. And His Holiness was talking on the Sufi course just last night about His Holiness Goa Shahi is helping us for God to find us. You know, it's not about finding God. It's not about finding God's location, but helping us for God to find us, which is just wonderful. So after Watford on the 9th of November, we'll be still in London. We'll be in Blackfriars. It's in East London, in the City of London, and we'll be joined there by Scott and Marla Berger. They're from the Jewish community, very well looked up to in the Jewish community over in Phoenix in Arizona. We met them on this last tour, and they were so captivated by the message that they've come all over to London. They're going to be talking with Azucena as well, and myself, and His Holiness is the keynote speaker, His Holiness Younus AlGohar. And not settling for that, they want our message to go to Israel as well. So I think about 2 or 3 days we'll be travelling to Israel, and there'll be meetups in Jerusalem and other parts of Israel, huge gatherings, because this is attractive to any religion. So the Jewish people, especially the Kabbalah, the spiritual side of Judaism, they've been awaiting this message, and they've invited His Holiness over. We've had so much happiness and joy in visiting synagogues in the past. We've been to Sedona in Arizona. We've met people of the Jewish community, and they've embraced this message. They love it. So we're really looking forward to these programs, 1, 2, 3, 4 programs, one after another. And it's kicking off here in Alexandra Palace. So we're going to move on down to the lecture room. It's going to be in lecture 1, starting at 4 o'clock here in Alexandra Palace. ALRA TV are going to cover everything again, so everybody will be able to watch it in the comfort of their own homes. So stay tuned.
Hi everyone, we are here at the Mind, Body, Soul Expo in London, and I'm very excited that soon Sayyid's speech is going to start, and the topic of today's discussion is spiritual healing, and we have a lot of people in this expo, as you can hear in the background. In fact, a lot of people visiting different stalls, and different people are interested in this expo. Our session is from 4 to 4:45, so this will be a 45-minute session. Sayyidi are going to talk about like spiritual healing. In addition, we are also going to talk about Sufism. Sayyidi will be providing the zikr, and for people who are interested. In fact, there were people who came yesterday, they took the name of Om, and there were a few people who took the name of Ra Ram, and they brought their family along as well. So I'm really excited that this session is going to start in a few seconds, and hopefully you'll be having a wonderful time here at towards the end of this expo, which was 3 days expo, started from Friday, and today is Sunday, being a weekend. In fact, actually we have hundreds of people in this expo hall, in fact, so very excited about that. Thank you. Cheers.
Everybody, welcome everybody to our talk this afternoon. I remember at the workplaces we used to call this the graveyard shift. I mean, this is the end of the day, the end of the weekend, but we're going to have a lot of energy today, a lot of divine energy, and we have a very special speaker today. We're very honored today that we're in the presence of a true Sufi master, a spiritualist in His Holiness Younus AlGohar. He's a universal teacher of divine love. He's an author, he's a poet, and he's been awarded so many different awards for world peace, a man of valor from the Houses of Parliament. So he is a dignitary, a real spiritual dignitary that we're very pleased that he's taken his time out of a very busy schedule to join us here at Alexandra Palace for this talk. And it's not just going to be talk. We've heard so much talk before. We've read books, we've read poetry, we've heard about theories, but spirituality, love, is an energy. It's a substance. It's a divine substance. And there's a process, there's a mechanism where we can produce this divine energy, this divine love in the souls, in our heart. We believe, and we've heard many people say before and during this expo, that this body is not our reality. And what does that actually mean? What do people really mean when they say that this body is not our reality? Well, I started off on the Christian path. If I can just talk briefly about my own path. I'm from a Catholic background, and I lost my way in the religions. For me personally, I didn't feel a connection with God, a connection with Jesus. I felt the spiritual side of the religion was lost, was forgotten. The focus was on the dogmas. The focus was on reading the scriptures. I didn't feel that energy. I didn't feel that light. And I met His Holiness Younus AlGohar some 12 to 13 years ago. He's the representative of Goa Shahi, a grand spiritual master, a universal spiritual master. And His Holiness Younus AlGohar informed me that there's two parts to the religion. There is the outside knowledge and there's the inner knowledge. Your souls were yearning for the inner knowledge. This is why you lost your way in the religions. And this hit me straight in the heart. And I thought maybe this is just talk again. But then he told me there's a practical way of learning the inner knowledge, reawakening your souls, reawakening your heart. And I was gobsmacked. And ever since that day, 12 to 13 years ago, I've been traveling many different countries to Mind, Body and Soul Expos, other forms of platforms to share this knowledge with great results. I've seen people changing. I've seen people obtain spiritual healing. So rest assured that there's a substance to this. It's not just going to be talk. And as we advertise this talk as spiritual sciences, I don't know about anybody else, but my favorite part of science was the practical. When the Bunsen burners used to come out and we did practical sciences. So we're not going to bore you with lengthy lectures. This is going to be straight to the point. The purpose of our souls, why we're here, what we need to do while we're here, what happens to our souls afterwards, how we can reawaken them while we're here. I mean, what else is there to know? This is the whole true meaning of life. People are yearning to know the meaning of life. And we have a true spiritual master, an enlightened spiritual soul who's going to tell us exactly the meaning of life, the meaning of the souls. It's not just going to be about, yes, the body is the body, we're souls, blah, blah, blah. No, it's going to hit home. And I hope everybody's going to enjoy that lecture, enjoy that heart awakening that's going to happen today. So we're going to forget about this graveyard shift. We're going to make this a heavenly shift. We're going to make this immense energies here in Alexandra Palace. This might be the last lecture of the day, but this is going to be the most important lecture of the day. And you're all here for a reason. We're all like-minded people and we're all light-hearted souls. We have a likened soul to each other. That's why we're all here. We want to share this knowledge with everybody and we want everybody to feel this love. And a few points about today. You're probably looking at some of the banners. Messiah Foundation International. That's our platform for sharing this message. We're interfaith. We're multi-faith. We're non-religious. We don't promote any religion. We don't tell anybody to adopt any religion or leave their religion. This is about love. Religions weren't up there. They weren't in the heavens. The souls didn't belong to any religion. It's just when they were down here, they found a religion to find God, to awaken their hearts. But if you don't need to find a religion, if you don't need to join a religion, then isn't that a better path to God? Find a spiritual master who will guide you all the way to God, direct connection to the divinity. And ALRA TV, this is another platform that we share the message. We're on YouTube. His Holiness delivers speeches 10 p.m. every night. YouTube, Facebook. He answers any questions. It's very open. It's very user-friendly. It's all encompassing to everybody's requirements. It's catering for people's spiritual yearnings. They can ask questions. His Holiness answers them. So that's ALRA TV. And many people have found spirituality online. But this is the future. This is the present. Why are we going back to reading books about past Sufis, past spiritualists? We want to know how to do it ourselves, not how they did it. They went into the deserts and into the jungle to purify themselves. Very well. We've got the same soul. We've got the same ability, the same divinity within us to reach those heights. So why don't we do it for ourselves? Why don't we find a spiritual master? So His Holiness speaks every night on ALRA TV. And we were out, I mean, it's such a beautiful place here, Alexandra Palace. I don't know if you saw the views outside of London, but we were just outside filming. And our brother here, Muhammad Hussein, he just saw us. I recognize you from ALRA TV, you guys. And we were outside filming and he's here to meet His Holiness. So we're reaching people through this television station. So these are the two platforms that we use. The souls, His Holiness is going to talk about those a bit later. He's going to enlighten us, very in-depth knowledge about the souls. It's not just about balancing chakras, balancing souls. It's going to be about reawakening them with divine love, divine energy. So you're really going to enjoy today's talk. And just before I introduce His Holiness, we have a very honoured guest here. He's come over from Gujarat in India. He's an ambassador of world peace. He's joined our group on many occasions to share his knowledge. He comes on ALRA TV and talks. So we're sharing our yearning and both of our desires for world peace. We want everybody to love each other, no matter what religion they follow or they don't follow religion. It's about love. So I'm going to invite to the stage Swami Vishwa Anand, our honoured guest from Gujarat in India. And he's going to share his beautiful knowledge and his take on love. So please come to the stage.
Majority people searching the peace, happiness, but majority cannot get proper way. We must get and provide to foods of soul. Find out the spiritual leaders, find out the spiritual master. Then we request him, please give me the system, how I can go get and meet the God. The spiritual leader will drop the seeds of God name in our heart. Then we will remember with love, oh God, oh God, oh Jesus. This type of name we have to remember with our heart beating system. Then the power will generate inside our heart, just like two stone rub, then power, then light generate. Two clouds rub in the rainy season, that electricity generate. Water flow on the generator from the dam and electricity generate. This type of way, if we will remember our faith name of God in our heart periodically with love, then power generate in our heart, in our soul. Then in many negative thoughts, many negative habits, many negative process and our works, dots in our heart, negative dark dots will remove gradually by the force of spiritual power. Then we will get the lightness, happiness and power inside our heart, inside our body. And then our spiritual master will protect our heart, secured heart. Then no negative system, no any evil forces will affect our heart, our life, and then we will be fully protected by spiritual power. And periodically, then we will see the God. Then we will see the God. We will meet God. We can talk with God. And ultimate, we can be the great human being in the world. Then God will give special duty. This process we have to learn entire human being. This is our special duty as a human being. God bless.
So without further ado, our honoured guest is eagerly awaited and is going to take to the podium now. So I'd like, ladies and gentlemen, for you all to give a warm welcome to our spiritual master, author, poet, fully enlightened spiritual guide, His Holiness Younus AlGohar.
Good afternoon. It is such a privilege to be around people who are striving in the way of love and peace. We represent Sufism, the whirling dervish. And the message is of divine love. Maybe these words are not very impressive words. You have heard about love, and you talk about love every day. And you must have also heard about Sufism. And there are thousands of books on Sufism. But reading books is not fun. And by reading a book, one doesn't become a Sufi. Like we have Bible and the Quran and so many other celestial books. But still, by reading the books, we never reach God. Sufi path is the path of cleansing our lower self and elevating our higher self. In Sufi path, we detach all the negative traits from our lower self and awaken our heart and awaken our souls. Sufism is not just about dancing. It helps. Sufism is not about just chanting the name of God verbally. The central idea of Sufism is to open the heart and discover the spiritual functions of the heart, and to enlighten the soul, which is inside our body and it's dormant. It's not active. Once the soul is active, love is in nature of the soul. There are so many religions today in this world, monotheist religions. We have celestial books, holy scriptures, divine text, and we have thousands and thousands of priests in every religion. But humanity is suffering. Message of love and peace is not coming out from the hearts and from the worship places. The ideology of religions have been modified to a degree where it has become irreparable. And wrong interpretation of the religion has given rise to intolerance and hatred. And now we're living in a society in which sometimes we're scared if somebody is raising a slogan, a religious slogan. That is a pity. But at the same time, the society and the representatives of the religions are responsible for whatever mess we have created of this world. The Sufi path is non-discriminatory. It doesn't discriminate. The aim of a Sufi is to enlighten all human beings, regardless of their cultural, national, or religious backgrounds. Embarking upon the Sufi path, one learns to discover the potential and caliber that Almighty God has already invested in us. Sufism is spiritual sciences. Look at the scientific inventions in this world today. For example, iPhone. With the help of iPhone today, we can broadcast from anywhere, anytime. And these scientific inventions are making our life easy, providing us with more comfort. Are we justified to say that the scientific inventions have superseded the divine messages, the celestial books? An iPhone is far greater than a human being or any other scientific invention is able to comfort humanity more than a human being himself can. There is a big question mark. I would like to introduce to you a form of spirituality, a brand of Sufism, which is suitable for all religions, for all human beings, for people of all ages, all cultures. And it's not very difficult. Sufism does not represent any rituals of any religion. Rather, it stresses upon opening of the heart and awakening of the soul. And in order to open the heart and awaken the soul, there are different types of mystical formulas. We apply these formulas. We meditate upon our heart. We meditate upon our soul. And with the help of this spiritual knowledge, the mystical phrase is inserted inside the beating system of the heart. And what happens then? When the divine formula, when the name of God is entered into the beating system of the heart, it starts to produce divine energy. We're surrounded by enormous amount of negative energies. When we mingle with others, we do not know what energies he or she is surrounded by. What energies does he or she carry with her or him? We need protection. Protection. And only positive energy can provide real protection against all negativities and all negative energies. But the question is, where will we find positive energies? This is what the opening of the heart is meant for. When the heart is open, the divine energy is produced inside the heart, which not only spiritualize our life, our souls, our mind, our body, but at the same time, it renders a lot of spiritual power. Power of love, power of societal harmony, power of healing, and power of eradicating the elements of hatred and negativity from our societies. Sufism reminds us that even with different colors of our skin, we're the same creation of the same God. Whether you're born in India or England or America, the blood is the same. The color of the skin may differ, but the soul of the color does not differ. Whether you come from this part of the globe or you come from the other part of the globe. Sufism is a call for unification, universality of creation. It does not divide. It teaches us inclusiveness. It teaches us love, unification, and universal brotherhood. Today, some of us have misled themselves with wrong interpretation of the religion. Today, some of us have adopted a path of hatred and they label it under the banner of the religion. And I would like to tell you, no religion teaches hatred. No religion mandates a human being to take life of another human being. The religions today have a distorted image of them. And this happened when the spiritual system in every religion was destroyed. When the spiritual system in a religion is destroyed, that religion doesn't have power to connect its practitioners with God. The purpose of a religion is to be able to reflect the character of God in human beings. The purpose of the religion is to model the divine character. But if we ask ourselves today, being Muslims, being Christian, Jews, Hindus, and Sikhs, do we carry the divine character in our person? Do we have enough compassion? Do we have enough power of forgiveness? Can we coexist in the same society? Can we integrate into a society in which we all extend love to each other and forgive each other our flaws and become a united nation with a bond of love in our hearts again? This is the message of Sufism. And here we are to share with you our divine spiritual methodology of opening the heart. We carry this message. We're based in London and we travel all around the world, carry this message of the opening of the heart and awakening of the soul. Now, I would like to invite Steve Bell. He will then carry out activation of the heart. How the heart is activated and how we do the ceremony of opening of the heart. And also, Steve Bell will do spiritual healing. If you have any questions, then obviously after the activation of the heart, I will come back and answer your questions. Thank you so much.
One by one, if anybody would like to come up for the heart activation, they can do so. Close your eyes, concentrate on your spiritual heart, and we'll repeat the mantra. Om, 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 Om. Close your eyes, concentrate on your heart. This is going to articulate within your heartbeats, your spiritual and physical heart. Om, 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 Om. Allahu, 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 Allahu. Keep on that, especially the next 3 days before you sleep. Allahu, Allahu. Wow, that was beautiful. Anybody else would like the activation of the heart? True name of Jesus, the true essence of Jesus comes from Isa, the original name of Jesus. Close your eyes, concentrate on your heart and repeat. Ya Isa,
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 Ya Isa.
Ya Isa.
Carry on with that meditation. Ya Isa. And you'll feel the energies.
Thank you.
Imagine. Close your eyes, concentrate on your heart. Ya Isa,
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 Ya Isa.
Ya Isa. Om,
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 Om.
Om.
the 30th of the month we have in Watford, and we have 9th of November in Blackfriars. We'll be having lots of events, so please keep in contact with us. And there's also a Sufi online course where if you need any more questions, you can come on, just look up suficourse.com and you can join this. And of course, ALRA TV is there every night on YouTube if you want to find out any more information. But over the next 3 nights, do this heart meditation. The more you do it, the more light and energy you're going to produce in your heart. But as His Holiness said before, this is an eternal remembrance. Once it's in your heart, it's going to be tick-tock with your heartbeat. Like making fire with 2 bits of wood or 2 stones striking together to make a spark. Physical and spiritual heart working together will produce positive energy, divine energy, with this divine, mystical, rhythmic love that's going to be inside the beating system of your heart. And you will progress very quickly on the spiritual path. But of course, any more questions that you have, we can answer some questions now. But if you think about some a bit later, contact us on ALRA TV. And there's one of our delegates over there with so many leaflets that will give you more information, because we're very approachable, don't worry. You can join us on websites, on TV, online, whatever. We're not going to leave you stranded. If you want to find out any more information, how to progress on the spiritual path, then His Holiness will be more than welcome to accommodate those. And if anybody would want some extra spiritual healing, we can do that. We just finished the talk, the heart meditation, and he was sitting at the front there, and he took the initiation of Om. That name of Om resonated in his heartbeat. But he has met before. I think that was yesterday. So if he just wants to, would like to say a few words about how you came to be here today.
I met the Sufi Master yesterday, and he showed me with the pulse, that feel your pulse, and it's like tick tock, tick tock. So he said, you say your Om mantra, or whatever mantra you want to say, Om Ram, Om Shiv, whichever mantra, and you allow it. This is the first time I've experienced where somebody said you link it with your heart. Otherwise, you're always doing jap malas, or you chant all the mantras.
Yes.
But this is the first time I've heard ever in all these years. I've met many gurus and all that. To link it with your heart, where it will be permanent.
Yes.
And it's chanting, the heartbeat is going on without you knowing it. So that mantra will be within your heart 24 hours.
Yep.
Till you drop dead. Thank you.
The rosaries, they drop on the floor when you fall asleep, but this is inside.
Yeah,
when
once
you're sleeping,
you've
still...
got it in and you are chanting it, the chant carries on. I tried it last night.
Right.
And last night I probably must have said it 2-3 times and I had gone to sleep. So the beat is still going on, and that Om which I had put in through the Master, hopefully...
That's exactly what we
and
recommend to people.
that's what I need to practice.
Yeah. Just over the next 3 days, before you sleep, you're in that state between sleep and awake. Om, 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 and concentrate on your heart, and your physical and spiritual heart will work together. It will produce positive energy, divine light, and you'll fly.
I'm already on the way.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you.
So, if you can see behind me right now, Steve and Swami Vishwa Anand are helping people with the opening of the spiritual heart, with the mystical formula. And the mystical formula are the various names of God. And if you've been following the Western Sufi course, you would have learnt that the spiritual heart sits right upon the physical heart, clung upon to the physical heart. And once the spiritual heart is awakened, what needs to be done is that your heart, the physical heart, needs to start with the invocation. It's implanted with the invocation, with the name of God, so that it can say the name of God, beat with the name of God. And this activity, this practice, generates divine energy. And the spiritual heart takes the divine energy generated by the physical heart, and it begins to grow and grow and begins to get stronger and stronger. And this is the first step of spirituality. So I hope you follow the activities of the Universal Sufi Order of His Holiness Younus AlGohar, and we can learn more and more. Thank you very much.
गौहर शाही मरहबा. ये हमारे जितने जो उर्दू लिसनर्स हैं और जो जिनका ताल्लुक़ इंडिया से है, उनके लिए मैं ये बताता चलूँ कि आज 20 अक्टूबर 2019 संडे का दिन है. इस वक्त हम लंदन अलेक्जेंड्रा पैलेस में हैं और ये बिल्कुल सेंट्रल लंदन में वाक़ है ये जगह. और यहाँ पे जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं कि एक्सपो है, जहाँ पे मुख्तलिफ़ लोग अपने अपने स्टॉल लगाते हैं. और ये ज़्यादातर जो है वो रूहानी जो लोग हैं वो इसमें आते हैं, यानी जिन लोगों का ताल्लुक़ रूहानियत से है या जो रूहानियत को सराहते हैं. तमाम मज़ाहिब के लोग जो है वो आते हैं और यहाँ आके मुख्तलिफ़ स्टॉल से जो है वो कुछ जो है वो स्पिरिचुअल हीलिंग हो रही होती है, कहीं पे स्पिरिचुअल मसाज हो रहा होता है, कहीं पे मुख्तलिफ़ लोग अपने अपना समझें कि प्रोडक्ट की बात कर रहे होते हैं. लेकिन हम लोग भी यहाँ पे आते हैं ताकि जो लोगों के पास कंसेप्ट रूहानियत का है, तो हकीकत में रूहानियत क्या है वो भी बताएं लोगों को. तो आज यहाँ पे सईदी का लेक्चर हुआ है और उस लेक्चर में जो है आपने रूहानियत के बारे में लोगों को बताया. और वही जो तालीम सरकार गौहर शाही की है तमाम मज़ाहिब को एक करने वाली, और हर मज़हब वाले को जो पैगाम है वो यही दिया जा रहा है कि अपने मज़हब में रहते हुए अपनी मज़हब की असलियत तक पहुँचें. हर मज़हब के दो रुख हैं, एक ज़ाहिरी रुख, एक बातिनी रुख. हमारा मकसद है कि लोगों में इस बात की अहमियत को उजागर किया जाए कि ज़ाहिरी रुख के साथ साथ जो है वो बातिनी रुख को भी अपनाया जाए. उसी से तमाम मज़हब जो हैं वो उनमें वापस वही मोहब्बत और भाईचारा जो है वो पैदा हो सकता है. तो आज का इवेंट जो है वो ALRA टीवी ने यहाँ पे उसको कवर किया है. बहुत शुक्रिया. गौहर शाही मरहबा.